Wake up, Asheville. Here's your local newscast for Tuesday, October 22nd. While 95% of Asheville residents have non-potable, heavily chlorinated water, the North Fork Reservoir, the city's main source, remains murky. Despite efforts to treat the water with chemicals, surface clarity hasn't improved, though deeper water shows some progress. A boil water advisory remains in effect, and the city is exploring further treatments, including a curtain system, to help reduce turbidity. Some areas, including Town Mountain and Webb Cove, are still without water, but repairs are expected soon. Read more on this in the Asheville Watchdog. While 677 roads in western North Carolina have reopened, 582 remain closed, with no set timeline for repairs, according to the State Department of Transportation. NCDOT has identified over 7,000 damaged sites, including 654 bridges, at least 100 of which will need replacement. Temporary fixes are underway to restore access, but rebuilding will cost billions and take years. Engineers face challenges in remote areas, with some roads washed away by landslides. Federal funding is expected to aid repairs, but long-term solutions may vary depending on site conditions. More details are in the assemblync.com. The town of Canton faces new challenges after Helene, which flooded the town and its closed paper mill. Once a pillar of Canton's economy, the mill was set to be sold to E.J. Spiritus Group, but Helene's damage has the buyer reconsidering, demanding price cuts. Canton Mayor Zeb Smathers highlighted the town's resilience, but noted that Helene adds pressure to recovery efforts already strained by past floods and the mill closure. The future of the mill's redevelopment is uncertain, with lawsuits now in play as businesses assess the area's growing flood risks. Read more on this at Carolina Public Press. Former President Donald Trump visited Swannanoa on Monday, pledging to support western North Carolina's recovery from Hurricane Helene. Amid road blockades and traffic disruptions, Trump surveyed the storm damage and promised to eliminate bureaucratic barriers to rebuilding. He avoided questions on climate change and inaccurately described FEMA as doing, quote, a very poor job in the region, where in truth, FEMA has provided more than $123 million in aid. Blue Ridge Public Radio is among local press outlets that covered Trump's appearance. Early voting in Buncombe County is seeing record turnout despite the aftermath of Tropical Storm Helene. Chief Judge Pamela Norton reports long lines at polling sites, with over 13,000 people voting in the first 2 days. North Carolina broke its statewide early voting record, with over 353,000 ballots cast. Many voters, even those impacted by the storm, remain determined to vote. Residents like Troy Barnes and others say voting is a way to reclaim normalcy. With 15 days of early voting left, local officials expect high participation in this crucial election. More details are at Carolina Public Press. That's all for today's newscast. Wake up right here every weekday morning for all the latest Asheville headlines.